Broadcasting live from the Cottage Studio. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. All kinds of other stuff too. Crap! I'm a proud member of Weaponized Law Productions, so welcome to the Ho Ho Show. And as always, guys, I am your host, Ho Ho. Yeah. I deserve. Yeah, I deserve that one. I had to do it to myself. You know, what can I say? All right, guys. Well, I am joined in studio by none other than Mr. Ray. Say hi, everybody, Ray.
Hello.
Rock on, guys. Well, so I've got some news, actually, don't I?
You got news?
I do. I've got some news.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it good news?
You know, I would consider it good news.
Oh.
I think it's pretty awesome. You know, by the way, before we get into all that, you know, I want to say welcome, everybody. You know, welcome Spreaker, welcome Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebooks. How y'all's doing? And by the way, okay, we're good. Hey, that does show up as a link. Isn't that spiffy? Why, hello, Mr. Howard. Good morning, Laura. Yes. Steve says, hi, Mom. Hey. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, good. We're good. Okay. I get sidetracked. I have squirrels going on every once in a while. You know how it is. Mm-hmm. But anyway, guys, yes, I have got some news. You see, last week, I noticed my episode count was at 98. And that dawned on me a couple days ago what that meant. That, like, you know, this episode being 99 and the next episode is going to be episode 100.
Wow.
Right. So celebrating episode 100, we are going to do the Ho Ho Show past, present, and future. Something.
So is that the one that's going to be a 5-hour show?
No, that is not going to be a 5-hour show. I'm not doing a 5-hour show.
Not even for your 100th?
No.
Okay.
And let's see.
Try.
Yeah. And I've also done, 11 months, 2 days ago, that I've been doing the show. September 2nd, 2017 was the first show on the Ho Ho Show, available in Spreaker. I don't recommend listening to that show. I mean, guys, it was...
How was that compared to now?
Let's just face it, it was rough. I mean, dude, it was rough. Facebook peeps, I got a question on my computer screen. The feed is looking pretty rough. So how's it I mean, the thing that I've got on here, but on Facebook, it looks kind of rough. Let me know how it looks, and I'll see if I can't do anything to fix that. But yeah, so, I mean, guys, my shows, whenever I was first doing them, oh my God, they were horrible. And that's, that's putting it mildly. I mean, that's putting it very, very mildly. I mean, it was so bad. It made me want to, all kinds of screaming going on, guys. I mean, it was bad. Looks okay, Steve? Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate the input, sir. But yeah, dude, it was, and welcome, John. I see you over there in Periscope land. But yeah, I mean, them shows are bad, guys. I mean, they were horrible. They were definitely horrible. I had no clue what I was doing. I still have no clue what I was doing. As you could tell by earlier, I still completely screw this stuff up. I mean, it's, but I love doing it though. It's fun for me. I enjoy the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some news.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Yeah. I got to meet Trucker Al.
Yes, you did.
Person.
Yes, you did.
I don't know if he's on yet or not.
I don't see him yet, but I generally don't see him until he posts something if he's in one of the chat rooms.
Well, if he looks later. Hello, Trucker Al. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're grocery shopping for the for a cookout I had earlier today, which was pretty awesome. Good sandwiches, man. I love hamburgers, dude. Hamburgers are amazing. But anyway, we're not wanting to make this about, food, although food is amazing.
We never talk about food.
Dude, I tell you what, it honks me off, guys. All right, let me tell you this. And Mr. Howard, you know exactly where I'm going with this. I'm a fat kid. Hey, my feed looks better now. It's straightened up on Facebook all by itself. But anyway, that was a squirrel moment. Anyway, I'm a fat kid. I'm a little on the fluffy side. Gabriel Iglesias would be proud. I am a little on the fluffy side. But it honks me off because I can't eat like a fluffy guy. I mean, I have generally one big meal a day, and that's it. And today I actually had two. Kind of. I mean, I really didn't eat a whole heck of a lot during supper. I wanted to because it was good food, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. And I ordered, because that's the thing too. I'll order like a fat kid. I mean, oh my goodness. When I go to Popeyes, dude, like on my way back from Canada, that exit 12, I stop off at that TA and I grab Popeyes all the time. Dude, I love Popeyes. And it's hilarious because I'll go in there, and I'll be like, fat kid. I don't care how you order it, but I want to give you a list of stuff I want and just ring it up however you want to. Be creative. I don't care. Just ring it up and we'll do this. We'll go for this, man. I'll order two large I can count with my fingers. For those of you that didn't see, I had one finger held up and that wasn't right. Had to hold up two. But I get two large jambalaya sides. Mm-hmm. I get two large green beans, and I'll get a thing of popcorn shrimp, every once in a while a thing of popcorn chicken, and a couple biscuits, and a large drink. And I just ring me up, have fun. I don't get but like a handful of the popcorn shrimp and one of the containers of the jambalaya, maybe all of it, before I'm done. The rest of it comes home with me, and I'll eat it the next day. And sometimes the day after that. I can't eat like a fat kid. It's ridiculous. I try. I order like one, but I just can't eat like one. It's horrible.
We like the chicken wings and mushrooms last week.
Oh, man, that was so good.
Didn't realize there was going to be that many mushrooms, though.
No, I did not. I was not expecting that many mushrooms whatsoever. I wasn't expecting that at all. It was good stuff, though, man. I ain't complaining. It was excellent.
Mm-hmm. We like our food.
No, yeah. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break here shortly, and whenever I get back, when we get back, because anyway, when we get back, I got some news to talk about, guys. We're going to be talking about 3D printed guns, the laws that's come out, the good, the bad, the ugly, both sides of the argument on that and what they're saying. We're going to be talking about the border wall with what Trump has been saying as far as the government shutdown goes, and we're also going to throw something else in here too something that Jeff Sessions talked about, that he announced a new religious liberty task force. Right? Makes me wonder. But guys, we will be right back. Welcome back to the Ho Ho Show, everybody. Well, guys, considering I completely screwed that up, I really did not mean to switch to music that early. My finger kind of did a twitch thing, I guess. My finger went a little spazzed out on me, and next thing you know, I pressed a button. Yeah, I was quite proud of myself too. It was a good time. I don't recommend doing that. Like I said, guys, I might have been doing this for 11 months, but I operated like a newbie. Oh yeah. So guys, the first article we decided we was going to go ahead and go with. I almost pressed the wrong button again.
Good thing you're not in charge of the nukes, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that button.
That's already happened in Hawaii. I mean, come on now. It was just a drill, guys. It was just a drill. Anyway. So the vote is in, and we have decided what we were going to do for our first topic. Drum roll, please. I love that thing. I think it's hilarious. I love sound effects, guys. I'm like a kid in a candy store. A fat kid in a candy store at that. So the first article we're going to get to, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys because you know what? It's just worth showing you. Sessions announces new religious liberty task force. You know, it's a sad thing on this. I just realized. I read the article. It was a good article. It was an amazing article. I don't really remember jack about it.
No. Oh, boy.
So, okay, with my recollection, I'm going to wing it. You know what? Just when in doubt, just say it with confidence and just wing it. So that's what I'm going to do. So, if I'm remembering correctly, I still got the article right here, so I can just kind of skim through it right quick. But it's what he was talking about, a religious liberty task force. And standing up for religious liberties, getting a task force together to where they can do this in the government level. Wow. Not like this isn't the job already of Congress, that whole First Amendment thing.
Right.
Not like this isn't already the job of, the who them judges people, the judicial branch.
Supreme Court.
Yeah,
and all them.
and not like this isn't already the job of, what's the president, the executive branch. Yeah. So, I mean, not like it's not already their job to make sure that, your amendments are defended and your liberties upheld and whatnot. But now we got to have a special, what's that thing called?
Task force.
Is a special religious liberty task force. Yeah, now we got to have that. And one of my takeaways from this is, it tells me that our religious liberties are in jeopardy.
Right.
That's what it tells me. But the thing is, I might get some hate from this. And you know what? Dude, I've had like all kinds of messages. It's not even coming up on here. Dadgummit. Okay, guys, I apologize for those of you that are in the Facebooker chat room. Facebooker T. Johnson. What's that guy's name? Booker T.
Booker T.
The wrestler, Booker T. Yeah. So welcome everybody, by the way, there in Spreaker, because it wasn't scrolling down for me, and I don't know why. How about your breakfast? Dude, my breakfast was amazing. That was some good stuff, too. Twitchy fingers. Yeah, you're laughing about that one, aren't you? Don't touch that squirrel. Dude, the squirrels. So you caught that was a Hunger Games, huh? That's awesome. King Booker. Okay. So, but anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, religious liberties. It tells me that our religious liberties are under attack. If they have to have a special task force, then that's what that tells me,
Right.
Why aren't you scrolling like you're supposed to? Anyway, yeah, King Booker, yeah, formerly known as Booker T. I'm sorry, I get the, the Your Majesty's terms and allergies mixed up a little bit. I had to pick my nose a little bit, Anyway, no, I didn't actually just eat a boogie. And yes, I called it a boogie. Dude, when I was younger, all right, my uncle, he's missing this part of his finger. All right, the from that first knuckle on up. From the same finger that I broke, by the way, and it's still kind of messed up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he broke it. So I asked my uncle. I was like, how did that happen? And my uncle, being the guy that he is, he can tell no lie. He told me that the booger monster not only bit it, but bit it off. And my reaction was, really? Now, I have no recollection whether my finger was up my nose or not. I would not be surprised. Knowing me, I would not be surprised if it was. But that's what he told me. So for like a year, I would not pick my nose. I wouldn't do it. I was like, oh, no, booger monster bite it off, so I wouldn't do that. So I was like, okay, so if the booger monster bite the pointer finger, and just bite the tip of it off, so I can't use that one. I just put the finger down. I can't use that one. Well, there's gold up in them there hills. I got to dig it out. I got to mine. If I can't use the pointer finger, what finger am I going to? The little finger. What an idea. Because I could jam this sucker up there so hard, so quick, choke that little guy out before he ever, and kill him before he has a chance to bite my finger off. I didn't kill him, but I made him bleed. Thank you. I'm here all week, guys. Not really.
Yeah. Sad part is he told you that last year.
Hey, no, because I've only... Actually, the sad thing is that's a completely true story, though. That's for like a year. I was afraid to pick my nose, dude. It was a horrible thing, But anyway, guys, religious liberty. Our religious liberties they're in jeopardy. I mean, since I'm 39 years old, I've been out of high school longer than I was in school.
Yes.
I just burped. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I tried to make it silent. It just didn't really work out too well.
As long as it comes out that side, we're okay.
Finger shigishin? Finger what? Kentucky Fried Chicken finger licking good? What you talking about, sir? Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Religious liberty.
Religious liberty. You look back over the years, we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance at school. We used to have, the prayer at the flag at school. We used to have, we used to religion was welcome in the school, you know. And then, lo and behold, religion got kicked out. Now, no, I wasn't 39 a couple years ago. I'm 39 meow, right meow, I'm 39. But anyway, you know, it's, now, honestly, you know, as, you know, from a Christian standpoint, we don't mind so much that, you know, Christianity has been, you know, kicked out of school, that we can't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore and prayer isn't allowed in school anymore. But what honks us off is that because we don't want to be, what's that word that they use for people whom don't like, you know, the Muslim religion and that, what do they call that? Yeah?
Infidels?
No, that's what I am.
Oh.
Anyway, you know, like that. But them guys are coming in, and we have to let them pray on their prayer mats. You know, that's what bugs the crap out of us. It's not so much that the Christians got kicked out, but they did this under the guise of separation of church and state, which does not appear anywhere in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or the Declaration of Independence. It doesn't appear anywhere in there. It's not in there. I've read it. I got copies right here. It's not in there. I checked. I was like, I got to know if this separation of church and state is real. Guess what? It's not. It's a fabrication.
Right.
Anyway.
But your point is, it's kind of almost a double standard. One religion is not allowed to do one thing, but yet we're going to invite another one in to do whatever they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what bugs me. You know, that's what bugs me. So, it's probably what bugs a lot of other people too. Yeah. You know, and I feel bad for the atheists too, because they're like, dude, we got rid of one guy just to have to welcome Allah into the school, and it's like, what the bloody flock, you know?
Yeah.
Throw some bacon at it, be fine.
But how many atheist complaints do you see against Muslims compared to Christian religion?
You know, I can't really say as if I do. I think we just poke fun at them because they can't eat bacon. I mean, personally, I do. You know, I mean, that's because I feel I could never be a Muslim because I love bacon. Just, I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we return, what we talking about? Ooh, that's it. We're talking about the border wall. Be right back, guys.
Hey.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to the Ho Ho Show, guys. Yeah, I know. I was playing with the, with the stuff there a little bit. I had to. I couldn't help myself. I tried to help myself, but myself was like, no, you ain't doing it. Oh, it's so much fun. All right, guys. The wall, that's what we were talking about. So I was looking on Flipboard, which is my go-to hub for anything, everything, and all things news. I love Flipboard, I really do. Easy to set up. Highly customizable. Not a sponsor. Gotta throw that out there too. But here we go, guys. This article came from, wow, CNN Politics. I'm actually using them as a news source. Not like it's reputable. Was that my outside voice? Anywho, headline is, let me go ahead and show you guys that. Take that off and... Hey, cool, that did work. Trump threatens shutdown over wall immigration.
Yes.
Yes. As he should. Nice picker of Trump right there. Of course, he's got that play button right there on his nose. I wonder if that was, special effects they added in there, Photoshop, little play button on his nose. Who knows?
I wonder if he picks his nose like you do.
I wonder. I don't know. Look at the size of them nostrils, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, there's something wrong with us, dude. There's definitely...
Oh, what happened now?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. Trump threatens shutdown over wall immigration. Now, the Congress, they don't want to bring this up in front of themselves until after the midterms.
Right.
And Trump's like, oh, you better bring it up before the midterms. Because more or less is what they're going to do is, because Congress, they don't want to actually fund it, even though this is what they campaigned on, a campaign promise that these guys made, and now they don't want to uphold it. Don't want to uphold it at all. It's like, really? And of course, Trump's like, no, this was one of the big campaign promises that I made. We're getting this done. Because what it amounts to is, they want to wait until after the midterms, until after their seats are secured, and then they're going to push it off until next year, and then they're going to basically blame somebody else for their shortcomings, and then blame it on Trump during his second go at it, the 2020 elections. I'm having a hard time with language today.
English is hard, man.
English is not my friend today. I don't know what the problem is.
Not just today, but we'll go with that.
Anywho, so, and they're just going to blame it on him. That's what I think is more or less going on.
Right.
They're going to pass the buck, pass the blame on to Trump, pass it over until after the midterms, wait till, 2020, blame it on Trump to get him out. That's more or less what I think they're up to. Mm-hmm. But the thing that ticks me off is, these guys got into Congress off of the coattails of Donald Trump.
Right.
They had the same campaign promises that he had, but yet they don't want to honor and fulfill them. And that, to me, that's what's frustrating for me. Boogie Monster. The Samuel L. Jackson, I actually have had that. It's in my list somewhere as far as, special effects that I got on there. It's in there somewhere. You know what? Let's just because I can. And, it's just, I gotta do it. Yep.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
We just gone explicit, guys, and I didn't throw my censor beep in there. Beep. Beep. There we go. It is marked as explicit, so it's okay. But anywho, border wall.
Yes.
And this is the thing that we know we're going to get is the whole, let's give them amnesty, let's give them the DACA, let's reinstitute that kind of crap, and then we'll give you a border wall. The problem is, haven't we fallen for that before?
Right.
Isn't that more or less what they promised to Ronald Reagan?
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you amnesty if you give us the wall. And you know what? Ronald Reagan, being the giving man that he was, he compromised and he said, okay, fine. That's what we'll do. And so he signed off on it. They got their amnesty. Where's the wall?
Right.
Where's the wall? They've already approved it. They've already approved spending for it, but they just, they approved the spending for the wall, but they never have voted to put it into the budget. That's kind of my thing. It's like, okay, so why are we doing another bill to pass a wall? Just fund the stinking thing.
Right.
The bill's already been made. It's all, put it up for crying out loud. And actually, the funny thing is, it is going to be cheaper now. One of the companies that put a bid in the wall back then put a bid on a wall recently whenever Trump was doing it, and the bid was actually lower. Yeah. Go figure that one out. I don't know how true that actually is. I mean, I with inflation over the past 30 years, I kind of have that. I find that hard to believe. I personally do. I find that one hard to believe. But, maybe that's, taking inflation into account, and that could have been more or less what they were talking about. And that's very possible.
One rumor I've heard, not saying it's true, but if for some reason they don't pass it within a certain amount of time, some people say he has an option of, under the NDAA Act, using the military and the Army Corps of Engineers and just going ahead and building it through military channels, since using some of that money, since they've got that big increase that he got through the military. And I'm not sure how, as far as legal wise, I haven't really checked into that fully yet, but that's one rumor that I've heard that he might be able to use. But I think that might be like a last resort.
Right.
But I'm not sure the total legality as far as the ins and outs of what the restrictions might be. But that's one thing that I've heard of. I
have not actually heard of that whatsoever. In all honesty, that would make sense considering, whenever they put the continuation, the spiffy-diffy word that they have for the continuing resolution bill, whenever they did.
Right.
That Trump then did not want to sign that bill. And more or less Mattis talked him into it because they basically gave the defense spending everything that they were really wanting.
And then some.
Yeah. And that might have been, that does make sense if that's one of the aspects of it, why Trump went ahead and signed off on that. It's like, okay, well, you guys gave me everything I want, that I can do this on my own. And, and that's one of the things, too. I don't have a problem with Trump doing that on his own, because what's part of the president's job? Defend the freaking borders.
Right.
If Congress isn't going to, put a budget in there to get the wall built, the president has every legal right to put armed military on the border to protect the borders, considering we're getting invaded.
Let me just throw that in there. If we can give $150 billion back to Iran, and the president is allowed to do that, then how come Trump can't go ahead and use money to build the wall?
I'm sorry, say that again.
If President Obama can give back $150 billion to Iran on his own accord, then how come Trump can't use money to build the wall on his own?
Right.
That would be my argument.
Yeah.
You can give $150 billion back to a terrorist rogue nation who's supporting terrorism all around the world. By God, you can let this guy have some money to build a wall to protect us.
Right. I mean, it's overall, for me, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It's ridiculous that they've let it go on so long. And here's the thing, guys, and there's another aspect I want to talk about this on the other side of the break. But the bottom line is, neither side wants to fix the immigration system. Fact of the matter is, because they've been crying about the wall, crying about amnesty for how long, claiming that it's the broken immigration system. When's the last time they've done anything to help fix it? Be right back. Welcome back to the
Ho-Ho Show. Oh yeah, guys.
We're having a blast.
We're having something.
So anyway, what we were talking about before we got so rudely interrupted by a break, they truly don't want a border wall. They don't want border security. They don't want any of that crap. You know, because they've been crying about amnesty, crying about a broken immigration system for as long as I've been alive. When was the last time they actually put forth a bill to be voted on? I don't remember one. But all they keep crying about is amnesty. Give us amnesty. Give us amnesty. But here's the thing, though. What are they wanting? Republicans want cheap labor. Democrats want free votes. Cheap labor. You mean to tell me that they don't want to pay the actual minimum wage of workers in this nation? They're wanting cheap labor? Are they wanting slave labor? Isn't that more or less what it amounts to, guys? You know? Oh, hold on. My pleasure, sir. But, yeah.
Yeah.
What say you?
I think there's a lot of people, not just on this issue, but a lot of, we've talked about this before. Everybody has their little agenda. Everybody has their little reasoning why they do and don't do things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's usually comes down to power or money, you know. And yeah, it's there's probably more than one reason why some people aren't really supporting it or doing what they should do.
Oh yeah.
You know, follow the money trail. Follow that, and you'll find out a lot of reasons you don't even want to look at.
Well, I mean, especially now, you know, I mean, you have a lot of, you know, Democrats waking up to what they're doing, you know, because that's one of the things, man. Trump has, you know, he shined some light onto, you know, what it is like under a, you know, Republican-run Congress, Republican-run executive branch with the toning down of the overall power of the federal government with them backing some things off, people are starting to get a taste of that. People are getting a taste of it not only just, with policies, but in their personal lives with, with the growing of their paycheck. So, I mean, you're seeing them get paid back for this. They're taking notice of this. And, in a matter of speaking, they've got to recruit and bring into the country an entirely new phase or a new voting block to where this way they don't become yesterday's news. They don't get thrown out with the baby's bathwater. And to me personally, that's kind of what I think, at least in a matter of speaking, what it amounts to. I could be wrong on that.
Let me throw this out to you, too.
Yeah.
And this is on both sides of the aisle. This is not just a Democrat thing. That there's some rhino Republicans just as guilty.
Oh, yeah.
John McCain would be one of them.
Damn.
If we had a border wall,
Paul Ryan.
a serious border wall, and they really cracked down on what they need to crack down on, that would boost our country up even further. We all know that.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want that because that, for some of them, would cut into their globalist agenda. They want a global free economy. They want a one world government. They want all that kind of crap, and that would be something that if they really did and really cracked down on, would put a wrench in their plans as far as a global system. Because
absolutely,
the United States, not being straightforward, is the only thing left keeping that from happening.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, and I tell you what, I know whenever people hear, one world order, did I say that right?
New World Order.
New World Order, yeah. Whenever people hear that, term being brought out, I didn't think I had it right. They're thinking conspiracy theory and this, that, and the other, and people just automatically dismiss it. And I can't say as if I blame them because, in a matter of speaking, I used to as well. But if you take a look and actually pay attention, take the label off of it and pay attention to what they're doing, their actions speak louder than the words ever could.
Right.
And it's pretty clear what their goal is. It's to have a unified system to where everybody is basically governed under one body.
Right.
That's what they're looking for. That's what they're, like everybody says, follow the money. You follow the money, it's all basically going to the same, it's all coming and going to and from the same places.
Exactly.
There's like what, 5, 6 people that control 95% of the wealth in this country. It's like 5 or 6 people control 95% of the wealth in this country. It is unreal. The upper, the 1% of the upper 1%.
Right.
It's unreal. So, you just look at it, pay attention to the names, pay attention to the companies, pay attention to the organizations. It's the same one that pops up over and over again.
Exactly.
I got to be honest, I wasn't a believer. I was like, no, that just sounds ridiculous. But you pay attention to what they're doing, you pay attention to what they don't do, and what they keep fighting for: amnesty, DACA, open border, a free flow of people across borders, no matter what their nationality. That's what they're doing.
TPP agreement, or whatever that one was.
Yeah, that toilet paper.
Exactly.
Yeah, toilet printable paper.
Something. Yeah.
Something. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All these treaties, all these, like you said, all these, whatever you want to call them, they're all tied together. They're all the same people with their hands in the cookie jar.
And that's one of them things too. You look at the TPP and the other trade agreements out there. What does America usually get out of these trade agreements?
Zilch.
Yeah, or at least basically, we give them a buck, we get a dime. We don't get much. We're basically giving them. It's basically global wealth distribution.
Right.
That's what the whole carbon footprint thing is. The tax that they were putting on there, that was a country version of a wealth distribution plan. That's all that was. The same thing goes with this. It was a version of wealth distribution. You
Same
know?
way with just global warming in itself. It has nothing to do with global warming.
Nothing
It
to do
has-
with global warming. It's all about wealth distribution.
And you've probably heard of Agenda 21
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
from the
Dude,
UN.
it's actually scary what's in that stinking thing and how
Mm-hmm.
close they actually came to like truly implementing it.
Right.
I mean, dude, that was another one of those. It was like, dude, there ain't no way in hell that there's any accuracy to this whatsoever. But it's like, dude, I started doing some research into it and finding out what the whole thing was about. You know, Denver, Colorado, Denver International Airport.
Exactly.
You know, that thing was so decompartmentalized on what they're actually doing there. I mean, did you guys know out there at Denver International Airport, they built the Denver International Airport. Built it. Big. And then they screwed up, had a butt ton of dirt, rock, and stuff brought into it to bury it, and then they built another international airport on top of it. And they're still digging and making tunnels out there. They're still not done yet. And they
Right.
built that how long ago?
Oh, gee, that's at least, 10 years?
Yeah, at least. At least. So, guys, we're going to kind of switch topics a little bit. We are going to slide into the gun debate. I love the gun debate. I really do. Guys, I am a Second Amendment advocate. You know, Charmaine is never very far away from me. And Agatha, man, she is the most faithful woman I have ever had. She's my woman right there. Agatha. She's my AR-15, guys. She's beautimous. Just, she's pretty. She smells good, too. She does. I sniff her all the time. I'm a sniffer. Never mind. I am doing well, Seth. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. But yeah, all right, guys, we are taking a quick break. When we return, the gun debate. As soon as I find there it is. I found it. Be right back, guys. All right, enough of that. Welcome back to the Ho Ho Show, guys. And how are y'all doing? Good time. Welcome everybody for the newcomers. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's see here. What were we talking about? No, let's kill the music.
We were talking about the big topic.
I hit the mic.
Yeah, you hit
the
the mic.
big topic of the day, guys. Okay. I'm sure that y'all have been hearing on the news with the gun debate with the 3D printed guns. Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of go a couple different directions with it. You know, first off, I am going to say that I don't agree that that the blueprints for a 3D printed gun, the Ghost gun, the Liberator, as Defense Distribution calls it, I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I'm against it. However, it's that whole legality thing of it.
Right.
It's the whole Second Amendment, you know, right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed thing of it. You know, I mean, as a point of as a point of principle, I can't say I completely can agree with them wanting to ban the whole thing. So let's go ahead and just, you know, get into it, dive right into it, because until you guys kind of have some, just whatever that word is, you know, that it's kind of hard to understand exactly what it is I'm saying. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the article. Right meow. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Well, first I got to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And let's show you the article. This, of course, is from Axios. Well, not really, of course, but you can see it, though. It's from Axios. Article was done by Zachary Basu. I don't do good with four-letter, you know, last names. I don't know how to pronounce that. The panic over 3D printed guns. Of course, I'm going to take a lot out of this article because my mind is so scatterbrained. I'm never going to make it through the whole entire thing unless I kind of limit myself to the talking points that they throw in here. Okay? I know myself. I lived with myself. Anywho, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so from the article. This week, 3 leading gun control organizations announced their intent to file legal action related to a settlement that will allow an open source defense firm to post blueprints for 3D printed guns online. Holy crap! Moving on. Let's see. Beginning August 1st, Americans will be able to download blueprints for a range of firearms, including AR-15s, and 3D print their own guns without being traced or subjected to background checks. The settlement, which conclude a multi-year lawsuit against the United States Department, has promoted outrage and panic over... That was my cell phone, guys. Panic over future of gun safety movement. The backdrop is Defense Distribution, 2012. They posted the blueprints for what they call the Liberator, which is what they claim as the world's first fully 3D printable gun. Pulling out for a moment. It's not 100% a fully 3D printable gun. For any of you whom have ever fired a gun, for any of you whom have ever taken apart a gun, there are certain parts of a gun that cannot be plastic, otherwise the gun itself will not fire. A couple of those parts include a firing pin and a spring for keeping that pressure on there, and that might not even be actually necessary. the spring. I think the spring is necessary. But either way, look at it, a firing pin.
Right.
You got to have a firing pin. A nail, which is what they use in 3D printed guns, a type of nail. We'll get into that here later. Moving on. The firm is best known for developing and releasing the digital files for the Liberator, the world's first. I already read that. The plans for the single-shot handgun were downloaded more than 100,000 times throughout the world before the State Department intervened, citing regulations against exporting weapons, according to Forbes. Or Forbes said that they could. Now, here's my pulling out a minute. This isn't exporting weapons. This is blueprints for a 3D printed gun. This is not weapons distribution. Moving on. Wilson subsequently sued the government for violating not only the right to bear arms, but also his First Amendment right to freely share information. If code is speech, the constitutional contradictions are evident. What they're saying, let me just go ahead and slide right into it. Man, the innuendos, you know what I mean?
Ladies.
You know what I'm saying. It is dangerous, irreputable, and, as the government itself has emphatically argued for years, raises issues of national defense and national security of the highest order. It is also, we believe, illegal. Pulling out again. They believe that it's illegal.
Ladies.
They believe it. Not that they have researched it. Not that they are using law to back up their beliefs. They just automatically, oh, what did I just do?
Did you get something wrong?
Believe that it's illegal and going,
You can't do that.
Because they're just little munchkins that just have to have their big
Voice pants on.
in order to make them sound. Anyway, moving on. This major expansion of downloadable guns will also undermine the work of law enforcement, who may recover unserialized and therefore untraceable guns at crime scenes and find their criminal investigations stalled before they ever start. Whatever will we do? For one, it is already legal to assemble your own gun for personal use under government rules as long as you don't have a felony or domestic violence charge. Let me read that again. It is already legal for you to do this as long as you are able to legally do it. So here in the grand state of Illinois, if you have an FOID card, you can already do this, and it's perfectly legal. You cannot sell it. You cannot transfer it. You have to keep it for yourself.
Right.
It's also much cheaper to buy a gun than a 3D printer. And even criminals who can't pass a background check would have little difficulty buying what they need on the black market. Yeah. Moving on. The upper range of the number of 3D printers in the U.S. is believed to be around 300,000. On the high side, about 300,000 3D printers are on the market, consumer-grade 3D printers. It is in the unlikely scenario that all 300,000 owners decided to print a gun, it would increase in guns per capita of just 0.086%. What a huge problem this whole 3D printed gun thing is.
Yes.
I mean, 0.086%? Are you kidding me? That's holy crap. The world is going to end because of all these guns hitting the market, hitting the streets.
Right.
Really?
Breathe.
I can't breathe. Anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and get back into the screen. Yes, guys, I'm passionate about this kind of stuff. Bottom line is, dude, okay, let's just say, okay, have you guys ever seen anything printed from a 3D printed? No, from a 3D printer. Yeah. Have y'all's ever, okay, I'm going to have to read the thing in here. Spring is necessary in a rifle anyway. Yeah, in a rifle is definitely, but as far as the 3D printed gun, I'm not 100% sure if that part of it is necessary in the Liberator. You know, that I'm not 100% sure. And yet school shootings are increasing by the year, and let's help those out. Sure, why not? Well, see, here's the thing, guys, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, have y'all's ever seen a 3D printed gun? Okay, let me just reverse that. Have y'all's ever seen the quality that a consumer grade 3D printer can dish out? Have you?
I have not.
It's. Have y'all's ever seen speaker wire? No. Well, okay, I know that you have. Okay, speaker wire. It's about like a wire that is, oh, screw you, that thick right here, okay? And this thing gets pushed through at a high temperature, melts, and then presses onto another layer. That's what it does. It's layer by layer. That's how the thing works, okay? Most printers are using what's called a PLA, which stands for PLA, and I don't know what it stands for, guys. I have no clue. But that's what it stands for, okay? That's what it is, PLA. There's also different types of things you can get, you know, stuff that's made out of bronze, stuff that has even wood, you know, sawdust into it, which actually does smell like wood. It's very, very cool. But anyway, either way you look at it, these things are not durable. That's the point I'm getting to. Gun control is what is causing the rise of school shootings, but not the topic tonight. Yeah, and you know what, Mr. Blanford, you are, hi Sam, you are absolutely correct on that, you know, because I sound so Southern that I might be your neighbor. I ain't Southern, sir. As I say with a Southern accent. Anywho.
He's Canadian.
Eh? Anywho. But they're not durable, guys. They're not reliable, okay? Now, the Liberator, the hand pistol 3D printable gun, you know, that sucker is only good for about 5 or 6 shots. After, I mean, the things will blow up on you if you try to do it like that. You know, the barrel has no rifling, so you have no distance, you have no accuracy with it. It ain't going very far. It ain't going very far. You know, they are only made for, you know, short distances right there, meaning the ability to use it in a school for a mass shooting does not exist. You're not going to be able to use this weapon in a mass shooting. It's more for up close and personal assassinations where the person using the weapon has no problem dying because they ain't going to get away. One of the aspects that they're arguing about making these things illegal is because they are, you know, you can sneak them onto an airplane. Have you guys seen the technology that they use in body scanners and whatnot? You can clearly see it if it was present.
Right.
An X-ray machine is still going to see it. So you're not going to be able to sneak it onto an airplane. You're not going to be able to sneak it into a courthouse. And a metal detector that is doing its job of detecting metal, it's not going to be able to sneak into there either, as long as the person who puts the wand up to you is doing his due diligence. Again, it's their job to do their diligence, and as long as they are, you're still not sneaking that weapon in anywhere where there is metal detectors and security and things like that, like on an airplane. Mm-hmm. You know, granted, one of these weapons getting onto an airplane is definitely powerful enough to blow a hole in the windshield and kill everybody if they're up high enough, and in which case, yes, that is bad. However, it's not going to happen with the technology as it is right now with body scanners and X-rays and this, and that, and the other. I only said that because of the y'alls. Oh, yeah, you definitely got that right, dude. I throw a lot of y'alls in there.
I think one argument is they claim that it's, you know, not traceable.
Right, and it's not because there's no rifling in the barrel, and that's what they're talking about.
Right.
But here's the flip side, though. And I'm glad you brought that up because that brings me right into the next topic that I want to cover on that. Okay? Now, is it possible to 3D print an AR-15? No. That's not the type of plans that they're selling on the website. Mm-hmm. Is what they're selling is, or at least putting on, I don't know if they're selling or if they're giving them, I have no idea, but they're putting on there the plans for a lower AR-15. Now, if you feel so inclined, no, let's just say if I feel so inclined. Now this is, and I'm going to throw this out there, guys, and for you gun control people, you know, that are huge Second Amendment supporters. Talking about guns right now, sir. The 3D printer, the 3D printable guns, you know, with that whole debate that's going on right now, that is what the current topic is right now. But if I feel so inclined, okay, all right, back that train up. If my pistol, okay, has 3 main parts, you know, the lower, the slide, the barrel. All 3 of those parts have a serial number on it. Traceable, registered, there it is, okay? I'm not firing that gun, shooting somebody, the ballistics getting checked out, put up against that gun, I'm not getting away with it. Okay? An AR-15. Okay? We're just going to limit this down to the upper and lower. All right? The upper, which includes the barrel, which includes the rifling, which is what they compare a bullet to in order to match it to a gun, in order to match it to an owner.
Right.
The upper of an AR-15 does not have a serial number on it. The lower does, because that's what contains the triggering mechanism. So the lower has a serial number on it. I can buy an upper, free and clear, no serial number, completely untraceable if I want to. And then I can either 3D print a piece of crap lower, or I can buy what is called an 80% lower, mill that puppy out myself, and I have a fully functional AR-15 just as good or better as what I can buy in a store. Perfectly legal, free and clear, unregistered, untraceable. Because you cannot match a serial number to the barrel.
Right.
And there's all kinds of things you can do, guys, in order to hide the lands and grooves on them things. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know. So the fact of the matter is, the take-a-home on this, the take-a-home, the Tacoma sack, take-home sack, you know, steak and shake. It's shake and bake, and I help. Anywho,
Yeah.
the take-home. I almost did it again.
English. It's your
English
enemy.
person. Yeah. So the take-home on this, they're not reliable for for shooting a lot of rounds to the barrel. It's going to backfire on you. It's going to blow up in your face, and of which case you're hurting yourself before you hurt somebody else. It's just, and you know, for you gun people out there, you can pretty well concur that what I'm saying is true. You know, these things are already legal as it is. It is legal for me to make my own shotgun in my garage. I can do that. That fires a 12-gauge shotgun. It's perfectly legal. I cannot sell it, but I can have it, I can make it, and it can be in my possession. You know, like if, put it in the trunk of my vehicle, just like transporting any other gun. You know, there's no special exempt laws that are in this for it. But, at any rate, you can already do that. It's already legal. You know, I mean, it's not the smartest thing in the world to do, and you're just asking for trouble. But you can still do it. So that's part of the arguments on here. Now granted, again, guys, do I think as though these things should be openly available on the market? No. Because somebody's bound to get hurt. I'm not worried about them shooting somebody else. I'm worried about somebody getting hurt. Granted, I don't pity the fool if they're stupid enough to do this without doing their homework, just like the condom sniffers, just like the Tide Pod eaters,
right.
Just like them stupid people. They kind of deserve what they get. I don't feel sorry for them. But either way you look at it, sometimes you got to help protect the stupid people, either force them to wear signs or you can't print your own 3D gun. We're going to take a quick break. I have almost given myself an aneurysm. We'll be right back, guys. that's enough. That was kind of a long one.
Yeah.
The song. I was like, I wasn't actually intending on doing that. Freaking hairballs. Let me quit looking at cat. Shut up.
Anywho.
True story, I looked at cat once. Just saying, guys, it happens. You know, it was a kitten. It was cute. You know, I was petting little bit. I'm like, oh, you just such a cute little pretty kitty. And the thing licked me on my thumb. And without checking in with my brain, my tongue went, I wouldn't put my tongue back in my mouth for like an hour. I was like, And I wasn't like 5 or nothing. I was like, you know, in my 30s. Is this sad that's a true story? Is that sad?
Which story, the cat one or the booger picking one?
Oh, both of those are completely true. But the booger picking one, I was like 5, 4-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was young on that one.
Yeah, okay.
You
That
know.
one might be excusable, but yeah.
The licking the cat thing, I don't know, man. That was weird, even for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm the one that did it. And I'm like, dude, what? Give smack yourself, you know. That's just horrible. You know what I'm saying? That's just horrible, guys.
Anywho.
So, now that I've given myself an aneurysm on the gun topic, you know, what can I say, man? I'm passionate about that kind of stuff. I really am. And I am unapologetically passionate about it. You know, because, you know what, guys? The left wants to make it sound horrible. And, dude, I'll tell you what, man. I wish we lived in that utopia that the left want. I wish we lived there. I wish we lived in a place where violence, you know, where what's that called? You know, bad violence didn't exist. I hate English. I hate it. Violent crimes. Yeah. I wish we lived in that world where violent crimes didn't exist. Motherfucker. So yeah, I wish we lived in that world. I really do. But unfortunately, we don't. You know, unfortunately, that's not the world we live in.
Right.
You know, it's just not. And unfortunately, there are bad guys out there, bad guys with guns. And here's the thing, guys. Ask a cop. And I'm being 100% and completely and utterly, even though the cow had nothing to do with this, completely, utterly, I mean this. Go talk to a cop. Ask them what their job is. Their job is not to stop crime. Their job is to do the paperwork and file a report after a crime has already happened. Do an investigation and arrest a perpetrator. Their job is not to stop crime. That's not their job. Their presence may be a deterrent, but their job isn't to be forever present to stop crime like Superman.
Right.
That's not their job. It's not.
It's not what?
It's slick. Slick is snot.
Slick as snot.
But that is not their job. And I'm serious about that. It is not. Talk to a cop. I'm serious. Talk to a cop. Ask them if it is part of their job to stop crime. Their job is to file paperwork. You know, keep people from hurting other people. Kind of. But they still can't act until somebody else breaks a crime, breaks the law.
They're responsive action,
Yes.
not a proactive.
Yes, not proactive, they are reactive. You know, very good way of putting that, sir.
Yes,
The
thank you very
police
much.
office, the officers, they are reactive, not proactive. Man, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you. Do I get a little applause for that one?
Oh, dude, yes, I
Let's
have
earn
some.
that.
Dude, you know, you get.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really, that's the best you can do. Come on, guys. There we go.
Thank you.
A little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Excuse me a minute.
You know, I don't have throwing up on here.
That's okay. I just did.
I should get the throwing up one. I mean, I got this one from Arnold. I can't.
That sounded like you last night.
Whoa! I don't have that one. I got this one. I don't have the other one. Did it? I don't have that one. Oh wait, hold on. Here's what. Okay, I'll just play this.
Uh-oh.
Finish him. Choose your destiny.
And afterwards, it was
Flawless victory.
I'm glad you're going to use that. You have my full permission to use that.
Fight.
I don't have a round 2 fight. I don't have any of those. I wish I did. That'd be great.
Stop whining.
Oh, yeah. So needless to say, I've been playing around with this thing, and I play with it all the time. It's wait, no.
Really?
My Stream Deck. I play with my Stream Deck. It's a great tool for doing streaming. If you guys have, doing live streaming, I'd definitely look into a Stream Deck. It's an awesome tool. You know what else is a tool? Exactly. This is a segment where we test all the sounds on the soundboard. Okay, wait. I got to do this. I got to do it once.
Stop whining.
Wow.
That was playing every one of them at the same time.
You're lucky your board didn't explode because you had Obama and Trump at the same time there.
Oh, I did too. Ooh.
Wow.
I'm Barack Obama,
I'm
and
Donald
I
Trump,
approve this
and I
message.
approve this message.
Too bad I didn't like the approve this message synced up. That would have been cool. Dude, I should do that.
Yeah.
I should figure out how to do them both at the same. I tried to stop myself.
Well, we know
before
one
that came out of
president
my
wouldn't
mouth.
mind. Oh, did I go there?
Oh yeah, rip. Yeah, I don't have the round 2 fight. I wish I did. I don't have that one on there. Yes, and I will apologize to the to the headphone users out there, because when I play sound effects like this or something like this, that's loud.
What?
Huh? Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that actually covers everything. I mean, there's a couple articles in here, and guys, actually, there is a link in the description that I put in there that's on Facebook, and I'll get them on the other platforms too. That links to the magazine that I had in Flipboard that I put all the articles that I used on today's show. So definitely recommend checking that out if you guys are interested. And it's got several other articles in there, that just giving you all the facts, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to do, is just give you guys the facts and let you guys choose from there. But of course, I'm also biased. I'm extremely biased. I'll be honest about that. I'm Second Amendment biased. I'm constitutionally biased. But yeah. Anyway,
Tomorrow,
guys, we're going to talk about tomorrow. I'm done. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I'm singing.
thank God. I mean,
I know.
100th episode.
100th episode. So yes, tomorrow I'm going to be playing we're going to be doing the 100th episode speckle. The Ho Ho Show, past, present, and future.
5 hours.
I'm not doing no 5-hour show. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But it's one of the things we're going to be talking about. For those of you who are new to the show, I'm thoroughly interested in it. I'm glad, sir. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about the how the show got its start. How I kind of did a mistake, and one thing led to the rubber, and next thing you know, now I got 100 episodes in. Talk about where I'm at right now, the different platforms that I am multicasting to, and the different places where you can find the Ho Ho Show. And I'm going to be talking about where I'm wanting this to go in the future. So
Awesome.
it's going to be a good time. I am going to have some guests onto the show, and it is definitely going to be call-ins are welcome. Telephone line is working. I was an idiot. and I didn't actually check to make sure the thing was working last week or even the week before that. I went to call the number, and it was like, number no longer in service. I was like, you got to be.
What?
I know. So I went ahead and I went into Skype and reconnected it, because that's what I do on my calls on is Skype. It's does a good job. So yes, you guys can definitely call me up tomorrow. Give me your little tidbits, and as long as I don't get what happened that one time.
I was just thinking about it.
That was right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting.
That was fun. I gotta admit though, that was funny. I mean, it was like.
Yeah, we can't repeat that, but.
No, I'm not going to repeat that. But it made me laugh. So yeah, that's what the next episode is going to be tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing that one either 7:30 or 8. I'm kind of looking at 7. I'm looking at 7:30, but yeah, you know what? 7:30 tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The Ho Ho Show, past, present, future 100th episode special.
Woohoo!
That's going to be the title, even. I just gave you the title. That's like my trailer, like pulled by a semi.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
There's something wrong with me. So yeah, what'd you guys think of the video? Actually, I had fun doing that thing. I like the video. I mean, granted, it's busy. There's a lot going on. The whole thing is done in time-lapse videos. I had to think just for a second on what that stinking thing was called. But yeah, most of it's in time-lapse videos. I thought it was fun. It was interesting for me. One of the guys was actually able to even say, oh, I know where that's at. Oh, I know where that's at. Oh, I know where that's at. It's like, oh, yeah, you should know where that's at. Because there's locations up there in, Canada, the border, just all kinds of stuff on there.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, border crossing on there. Quite a few different places up in Canada up there. But yeah, it's neat. Couple canals that I went under in there. Canal, going to Port Colborne, and then there's another canal I went into. So yeah, I'm going under the ground with water over me. I mean, there was no drippage going on either. They sealed that concrete up very well. Drippage. Yeah, you don't want drippage. It's a bad deal. Mm-hmm. So anyway, guys, I think that pretty well concludes the show.
Yeah.
Why not?
That was show number 99.
Show number 99, guys.
Yes. Now you're going into triple digits.
Tomorrow, triple digits.
Did you ever think that you would really get to that triple digit mark?
I'm going to be honest, man. I mean, it was. I haven't been paying attention. It didn't even dawn on me what number I was at until last week. I looked at it. I seen a 9. I seen an 8. I was like, cool. And then a few days ago, it was like, that's 98. Yeah. It didn't, the light bulb hadn't gone off yet.
Yeah, speaking of your 100th,
mm-hmm.
I seen online either yesterday or day before, Rush Limbaugh just celebrated 30 years on air.
I seen that. Dude,
did you see he had a surprise caller? It was President Donald Trump that surprise called him. Yes.
That is cool.
It was awesome.
I just kind of seen the headline type of thing. Him, 30 years. I was, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
Rush, if you're out there, congratulations. You're an inspiration to a pioneer to all of us other radio persons. Yeah. You even saw your house on there? Oh, you mean the other house? Yeah. It's in there. It's in that video too. Yeah. Oh, it's in there. Yeah. Good times. So, guys, you know what? I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for being part of the show. And so tomorrow, pass the word to all your friends. Post it on your Facebook and other media outlets. Tomorrow will be the 100th episode.
Seth put in here, I'm glad I made it to see the show before the 100th. It feels like being a, thousandth viewer or something similar. Yeah.
Glad to hear, Seth.
It's a milestone kind of a thing. I think of it as a milestone.
Yes.
I definitely think of it as one. It's pretty cool. But yeah, hey, my thingy just went off. That was cool.
Oh. You better take care of that.
Oh my God. You know,
Ladies,
you know what we're talking about. There's so something wrong with me. There's a reason I have this show as explicit. Not that there's any vulgarness going on. Any vulgarness. Is that even a word?
It is now.
I don't, you know. It's the innuendos.
Ho-Ho's dictionary. Yeah.
You know, I was so proud of myself, and my dad was too. I mean, he patted me on the back. You know, and this was shortly after the Redneck Comedy Tour went on. You know, with Jeff Foxworthy, the whole, you know, which did you? You know, was one of his redneck words. And my dad stopped by at the house, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, you didn't bring your truck with you, did you?" And he was like, "No." What? No. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, he speaks redneck, so he knew what I was saying, but it was a word that he really hadn't used yet and definitely hadn't heard used in a sentence. So, I mean, he was kind of caught off guard with it. I thought it was freaking hilarious. Yeah, I was so proud of myself. I got to use a Jeff Foxworthy sign like right there.
Did you?
Which you did you? Oh, your house in the slideshow. I got you. Yeah, your house is in there.
I'm just
Me
glad,
with the wig, it cracks me up.
I'm just glad you don't use preparation H orally anymore, because your lips were so small that time you couldn't even eat a jelly bean.
Dude, I couldn't drink anything unless it was through, you know, one of them stir sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous, man. I mean, I couldn't even do puree,
Yeah.
you know, smoothie type food things. You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
There's words in there and
Yeah.
stuff that, yeah, you know. All right, guys, we're taking off. You all have a wonderful day. See you on the next one.
The 100th.
The 100th. Take care, guys. All right, where's that thing at? It's in here somewhere. I rearranged some buttons, so I'm still confused where things are. I got this.
Don't push strong one.
Crap. All right, here we go. All right, guys, take care.